Okay, good evening. This video is actually a two-part video. It's a VR to Jerry's Woodworking Shop and Outdoors, and a thank you to Nathan 4077. Nathan has taught more of us how to use a ferro rod than any YouTuber I know of. This was my first attempt at a ferro rod. I actually carried it several years in a hunting pack, thinking I could light a fire with it. And somebody did a challenge on YouTube, and I went out and light a fire with it. But I won't say it won't work. It will work. But it is. Remember back in the day when we go trying to get the fire started and it just didn't work? Well, this is actually, you're supposed to scrape this stuff off and then strike the spark into it and catch this on fire. It will work, not very efficient. Well, Nathan happened to see my video, and he sent me a ferro rod just like this one. It's actually the one he sent me is in my truck. It's with me all the time. It's worn right down to the point where I'm using it upside down like this now. Whoops, I don't like them to do that on them. And you know, and he just taught me how to use these correctly. That you come up and you hold your striker. I'm not going to peel a shave off of my leg. And I did. See, we'll put that out. But this is my favorite size. Now this is the first time I ever struck this ferro rod, Nathan. I have this one that I carry. You sent me a couple, if you remember, for my packs. I have this one in one pack. I have another one in my red pack right here. I don't know if I can get that out enough. And I have the one that I used a lot, that I really learned, built many fires with, and had a good time and cooked a lot of meals. But this is the first time I ever struck this one. I wasn't going to strike it, and I did it by accident. Then I bought some more from you, and you sent me a couple, because I was worried. This is another ferro rod. Nathan was doing a contest, and he sent me this one. Very generously, he made the striker handle. I've got to do a better job with the leather. I got to trim it off, but it's for that purpose. I put the leather on it. This one works very good also. Now you can see there's a lot of spark there. If there's fat wood there, it's going to be burning. This is one of Nathan's. There again, he made the handle, the striker handle. And Jerry, that was striking ferro rod. Once again, thank you, Nathan. A couple other ferro rods I'm going to show. This one came from Chris Collier up there in Prince Edward Island, Anna Green Gables, Prince Edward Island. Good usable ferro rod. This one came, I've never struck this one, so I'm not going to. This one came from Snowfog Outdoors, back when she was Dee Dee Mandy, Snowfog Outdoors. Very generous of her. This one came from Wallace Vivian. That's a piece of caribou horn. That one strikes well. This one here, I lost. I had it in a pack, and I was sitting in the woods. And I don't know if I took it out and I used it to light something or what, but I lost it. And the next year I was back in that area, and there it was. I found it in the leaves. And this one came from Luke. Everybody remember Luke's Bushcraft? Luke sent me that one. So I haven't used Luke. I think I have struck it. There, Jerry, I'll strike this one for you. These are my favorite strikers. They're so light and small. Nathan had those. And I just like those strikers. This is a kit that goes in my backpack that I carry most of the time. I keep a few matches in there, and I keep a little piece of fat wood and some other fire starters. But I always keep fat wood with me. We all do. Well, Jerry, there's your VR for striking a ferro rod. And Nathan, a thank you to you for teaching me how to do it. I really appreciate that, buddy. I don't use matches. I don't use a lighter anymore. I haven't used a lighter or matches. I heated my house with wood up until last winter. I switched over to a coal furnace. And I mean, the fire didn't go out that often. And I actually kept that one hung up on the beam by my wood stove. And that's what I use to light my wood stove whenever I needed to. I don't use matches. I use nothing but ferro rods to build fires. Just a fire built with a match or a cigarette lighter just doesn't seem right. Once again, here's your VR, Jerry, over to Jerry's Woodshop and Outdoors. And Nathan, thank you so much for teaching so many of us how to strike a ferro rod. We really appreciate it.